Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Kindred Souls of Brooklyn. New York City subway system is probably one of the most fascinating and interesting ones in the entire world. I've ridden it practically my whole life. But did you ever stop to think, and here's some statistics that I'll put up here, how much money they make each day, how many people ride it each day, and where does all that money go, and how is that money counted? Well, for the longest time, it was actually counted on J Street. So stay tuned to this video and I'm going to show you some very interesting photos of the most secret gate, sliding door, whatever you want to call it, in the history of subway systems. And stay tuned. Hope you enjoy the video. So what you're looking at here is a gate on the J Street station. Now it's called Metro Tech. When I was growing up, it was called J Street Borough Hall. Now it's called Metro Tech, you know, in later years, recent years. And just a little bit of a fancier name. But most people look at that gate to this day, which still stands there. Now, the gate is not used anymore, or at least so they say it's not used anymore. The money of the MTA is actually counted in a secret room in Queens. We don't know the location. But showing you these photographs here that I'm going to put up, you can see that most people have never thought of looking behind this sliding door. This is what it looks like behind the sliding door. And actually, believe it or not, tunnels led up to 370 J Street. And what the idea of this sliding door was on the station was that the money train would pull up. Now, a lot of people might think of the money train from the 1995 movie with Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson, which arguably had a lot of truth to it, because there was a train called the money train, and this is what that money train looked like back in the movie. And I'll show you a picture of what the real money trains looked like. You know, if you want to see that money train, well, you really can't see it, but that actual prop still exists. It's in the Coney Island station. I'll show you that picture too. But the idea being was that the money train would pull up to that sliding door, you know, early in the morning, late at night. And it was really hard to get on that detail. My girlfriend, who I went out with in college, her father worked on the money train, and he was a really, really nice guy. Big shout out to him. His name was Ronnie. And he never told me secrets or anything like that, but he just told me a little bit about the job, and I seen him working in action. You know, they carried handguns. It wasn't like the heavy firepower that you saw in the movie Money Train, but they collected all the money, and they brought it over to J Street. And this is the side, this is the southbound side. So it'll be the side of the F train that goes toward Brooklyn, as opposed to the other side, which is north. And the next stop is High Street, which is really, you know, it's Brooklyn, but the next stop would be Manhattan, really. So you get the idea. So, yeah, it was just really interesting hearing stories about that. And, you know, even back then, we're talking probably like the early 90s, how much money was made and brought and how secretive it was. And, you know, they say that they've sealed off those tunnels that are in there. Who knows? Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. But next time you go on the J Street side, on the southbound side, you know, people see things. And it's so funny because you hear about things being hidden in plain sight. And if you've never been on the New York City subway system, or if you have and you haven't really realized it, J Street is like a main artery in the subway system. You know, it connects with the F train goes through there. I grew up on, you know, from the 15th Street Prospect Park station, and I'd get to Manhattan. It was 5 stops away. I would connect to the A train sometimes, which pulls into that station. So that station serves the F train. It serves the A train, the C train. All kinds of things go through it. It's just an amazing thing. And when I worked at the Disney store in Manhattan, I'd get to see the money train as well. The money train stopped operating back in, I believe, 2006. So now all the money is transported by armored car. So there is no money train anymore in the New York City subway system, at least none that we know of. But next time you go on that subway stop, you'd be interested to know that that sliding door and these photographs connect to a tunnel. And those tunnels led to a building that's now controlled by, I think it's New York University. Transit Authority doesn't have that building anymore. And it was just fascinating because you figure that was like probably 60, 70 years they used that for money. And you're talking lots and lots of money. what, 10, 20, 30 billion dollars a year, depending on how you want to look at it, from revenues and, bridge and toll and all that kind of stuff. Just fascinating things about the subway system that never seem to disappoint. So I hope you enjoyed this quick video on the secret door. Next time, take a look at it and hopefully think of me. And if you do, please subscribe, drop me a like.